Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about, is the Grand Theft Auto 5/Grand Theft Auto Online map too small? That's right, you probably heard that and were thinking, what the heck, the Grand Theft Auto 5 map too small? It's one of the largest maps in video game history, but is it large enough for everything that's going on in Grand Theft Auto Online? So what I'm going to be doing today is not comparing the map size of GTA 5 to other Rockstar games and other open world titles. I did that about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was actually a very interesting video. We looked at GTA 5 versus Just Cause 3, Just Cause 2, Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto 4. It's a pretty interesting video. I'll leave a link to that in the description. What we're going to be talking about today is if the Grand Theft Auto Online map is too small for what's going on right now. So I've got two different answers for two different time periods here. In 2013, I would have said absolutely not, that the size of this map was absolutely insane. The city was pretty sizable, and then you obviously had the vast wilderness stretched up north, but that of course was without any DLCs and without any new additions into the game. Well, fast forward 3 years, and Grand Theft Auto Online now has 26 new DLCs. That's right, 26 individual pieces of free updates that Rockstar provided into Grand Theft Auto Online. So if you join a Grand Theft Auto Online lobby today, it's obviously going to look a lot different from what happened 3 years ago. There's going to be yachts on the shorelines, there's going to be people flying around in hydras trying to kill people doing CEO missions, so needless to say, it's a lot different than what we got nearly 3.5 years ago. And obviously due to the success of Grand Theft Auto Online, it's probably started down a path that the developers couldn't even envision before the title itself went live and before Grand Theft Auto 5 was released. And so it's pretty clear that Grand Theft Auto Online's map was not designed with all this content in mind, and even though there aren't any major issues or problems, it is showing that the map is starting to become overcrowded. Things are becoming busy and disjointed, and even though the game is still vibrant and active, sometimes it is pretty hard to escape the madness that is Grand Theft Auto Online and the players that are in it. Now, I primarily think the biggest issue with this is that for the most part, all of the DLCs and new content in the game are structured around Los Santos, the main city, which is only about 15% of Grand Theft Auto Online's map. I mean, if you think about it, there hasn't been one DLC that's been particularly geared towards anything outside of the city. The closest thing we probably got to that was Bikers, that features some warehouses up near Sandy Shores and Paleto Bay, but even then, the structure and hub that most of the activities take place in is going to be in the city. The most you would really have to do up north is simply bike up there or do some sort of cell mission, but other than that, you're not staying up there and you're not doing anything. And Rockstar hasn't incentivized players to stay up there either. Most of the big apartments and places to live are in the city. Most of the shops and stores are in the city. Most things that occur are in Los Santos, so no one is incentivized to move out of the city, which again is one of those overcrowding issues. So how could something like this be solved? What is something that Rockstar could do to make the map not feel so crowded and like it is too small right now? Like I said, so many people just coming into the city, and that's all they seem to be doing. Probably the least likely thing that Rockstar could end up doing here would be a map expansion. This is obviously one of the biggest rumors we see nearly every week, that Rockstar is going to be doing something in terms of moving fans to Liberty City or going to another city that was featured in San Andreas like Las Venturas. However, I think with the rise of Red Dead Redemption 2 and obviously Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online kind of coming towards the end of its life cycle, it wouldn't really make sense to put all that work to go into a map expansion just to spread people out. However, there are a couple things that Rockstar could do that not only would be really awesome, but would also make the map feel way less small and spread people out in a way that would be a lot more realistic and better in my opinion. So the way number one that Rockstar could do this is taking advantage of the ocean. So obviously you guys know Grand Theft Auto 5 setting, San Andreas, it's a fictional island. Obviously it's surrounded by water on each side, and for the most part Rockstar does not take advantage of it. Now there's a few secrets in the ocean. You've got some like destroyed tanks and ships that are obviously very, very cool to explore. There's crashed UFOs, treasures, secrets, dead bodies and whatnot. But outside of a piracy prevention mission that requires someone to either go to their yacht to doing anything really productive out there, which means that for the most part, 90% of the map, if you consider like the entire world of Grand Theft Auto 5 is going unused. What's kind of funny is that's almost like the way Earth is today. We only use about like 20% of what the Earth gives us. Now, obviously, 75% of that is water, so it's kind of hard to do something like that in real life, but Rockstar's video game, GTA 5, is obviously not based in real life, and something they could do would be a sea-based DLC. Now, I'm not talking about Beach Bum Part 2, or something that just includes some boats and some, swim shorts and some flip-flops. I'm talking about a full-blown DLC that takes advantage of the ocean. And what's also pretty cool is that Rockstar could tie this into the CEO criminal enterprise thing if they really wanted to, and somehow relate that to the ocean. Now, one idea I've seen a lot would be the construction of underground and underwater bases. So I've seen a lot of GTA 5 mods that feature underwater houses, underwater bases. In fact, we've done some of those on the channel, and that could actually be pretty awesome. Now, I know what you guys are saying right now. Well, how is that realistic? Well, how is something like Cunning Stunts realistic that has you up in the air, going through tubes in supercars and, launching through fire hoops? Obviously, GTA 5 is going to have some realism, but a lot of this is just for the wacky and craziness and for our enjoyment. Now, since each criminal enterprise update has been a little bit different, what I think for this underwater base thing would be cool would be like a supervillain contract that you could unlock. You could hire henchmen that would, obviously allow for better pay. You could upgrade your base, construct a number of devious devices in which you can hold the governments of the world hostage, the fictional ones. I think that is really, really cool and could obviously give us a more spy-themed element that still allows us to unlock the secrets and the world of underwater. This update could obviously bring out a bunch of new sea vehicles ranging from small to elegant boats all the way to giant warships. The new underwater hideouts would be pretty cool as they would be the less malicious real estate, and all new jobs and activities could also be set on the water as well. There could be pretty cool security systems added to your base as well that would be for a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, they could add new sea races, which could be for some pretty cool gameplay. Rockstar could even try making sea-based stunt races using water vehicles, which would be awesome, and maybe they would even consider some sort of Benny-style customization for the submarines and underwater vehicles that we have. And if you think going in the sea isn't the way to go, well, Rockstar has to do something with the remaining land in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the world outside of the city is kind of unusable mountains. I mean, we've obviously got Mount Chiliad, Mount Josiah, Mount Gordo, but a lot of the land is super rocky, super unusable, and honestly doesn't really have anything going for it. So what I think Rockstar needs to do is create some sort of DLC that is specifically geared and focused in Blaine County, Sandy Shores, or Paleto Bay, and there needs to be a reason to stay out there, whether it's a clothing store that can only have certain clothing out there, or a custom shop that only works out in Blaine County, kind of like where Benny's is for lowriders and those vehicles, except Benny's is located right in the middle of the city. So that's exactly what I think Rockstar needs to do. Is the Grand Theft Auto 5 map too small? No, I don't think it is, but I think that everything that's been added into Grand Theft Auto Online is indeed making it too small. With all the activities geared in the city, it really doesn't incentivize anyone to leave, and then you've obviously got the surrounding ocean that really isn't that easy to travel. There's nothing out there other than a few secrets, and obviously if you're stuck out there, it's going to take you a long time to get back to land, which obviously isn't very invoking to players to go out there. So bottom line, is the GTA 5 map too small? I don't think so. It is a vast wasteland that you can explore for hours and hours if you really want, but when it comes down to it, all the new content that has been added has really just geared everyone towards one spot, and I think since we're in kind of the twilight zone of GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, I would hope Rockstar does at least one or two DLCs that hopefully spread some people out and offer some really nice and cool opportunities up in the parts of the world that we don't often get to explore. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below as well. I really want to get the discussion going for this. Do you think the GTA 5 map is too small? Do you think what's happened in Grand Theft Auto Online has caused it to feel small? And what do you think about either a DLC that is focused up in Blaine County or the woods, or that expands into the ocean? Like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for